culture reference. Sorry.
What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. Almost there. Friday is tomorrow. But let's say hi to everyone that's in here. Shane, okay, Duck Leon is new, and Shane gets credit for this because he actually gave me the idea because almost every time he comes in the chat, he does a duck emote, just like the regular one that comes, on YouTube. And I was like, all right, we need a Leon duck emote. So if you love the duck Leon emote, you can thank Shane for the idea. And yeah, so sorry, start coughing. He's officially got his own emote and it's adorable. I love it. It will stay forever. There he is. He's gonna guard my coffee. Thanks everybody who came in last night and was hanging out in mine and Vara's chat with Jay. He sold like I think about like 20 books or something from that stream. So everyone that bought one, thank you. I can't wait to read that book. I'm so hyped for it. I'm actually if you didn't know, the crew and a few other people, our faces are in it, our likeness. So we have a character in the book, and I don't know. I know what I look like, and it's really cool, but I don't know what my like who my character is yet. So I will find out with the rest of you guys. Very, very excited. Um, all right, let me see. Okay, so Shane, hello, deranged lunatic, psychotic mongoose, Andrew, Hertz, Terra Crystal, Keely Chow, Tall Tales. Jose, Venombite, GRP over on Kick, hello. Truth Warrior, Imperial Dragon, Mountain Mutt, A2 also over on Kick, hello. Adrian, let's see, Count D, Mountain Mutt, almost said hi to Nightbot. 1,028 books sold total from last night. Amazing. Amazing. And thank you, Mongoose, for dropping the link. Athletically Lazy, hello. What's up, Bubba Matt? All right. So we have a bit of news to get into today. Actually, something that just something that Dan posted just made me laugh. Um, of course, hey, don't worry about it. It's available all month, so yeah, don't worry about it. Just I hope everyone can get a copy because I think it's going to be an amazing story, and hope if this one does well, which it seems like it is, they're supposedly going to be working on a trilogy. I can't confirm nor deny it. I know that's what that's what they want. So, and I love all the success that they're seeing right now. I'm so proud of my boys. Let's not get mushy and move on to a topic, huh? So, this morning, what's up, Larry? This morning, the first look at Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider live action series for Prime, starring Sophie Turner, was revealed. And I have my thoughts on it, of course, but first I'm gonna go with the positives because I feel like we always dive into negatives and everybody just complains and is like, what's up, Apollo?" This right off the bat, first look does not look as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Now compare this to the Netflix show, the animated series. Whoa. Like they made her all butch and just crazy because Haley Atwell was the voice for that one. So if they would have used her likeness, it would have been a very, very pretty Lara Croft. I think the blueprint Angelina Jolie for live action, there's not going to be anybody that's going to top that because she like literally is the body type for Lara Croft. At least she was, I think Angelina Jolie is very she's kind of like tinier now, but like she embodied Lara like fully before. So I don't think we'll ever get anything better or at least on par with that look wise. However, I don't think this looks bad. I feel like they put maybe I don't know if they put some padding in her chest. Um, but it's of course it's not fully Lara Croft's body type. But it's not that bad. The actual outfit, that's a Lara outfit. They got the glasses. And yeah, Sophie's doesn't have brown hair, but I mean, hey, at least it's not like a we talk about the whole gingicide, right? So I'm not mad about that. I'm not going to be nitpicky. I feel like a lot of negativity surrounds everything these days, so I'm gonna focus on the positives here. Will she be able to act as Lara? I don't know. I will check it out, and obviously, we'll give you our reviews on Saucy and with Vara and Virtue and all that, but I don't think this looks half bad. It could be better, but given what we have seen in recent days when they do live actions and even the animation that came out last, it looks way better than I thought it would. So we can at least there's that. I think she looks good, but like you said, I don't know if anyone can top Angelina. Exactly. Exactly. What's up, Night Saber? Hello, everyone that's just now coming in. Cole Hauser, hello. We'll see. And there's some news actually that has just came out right before I started surrounding speaking of Sophie Turner and, Game of Thrones people. Whoa, hello. Sophie's a reasonably good actress. I agree, Ian. So I would like to see how she can portray Lara. I think I don't remember. Um, I think Vara's a trooper, and she watched the whole Netflix series, the animated series, which I couldn't even get through it. Like it was just, well, it was not written well, and they made Lara look bad. But I think they're making her like bi, or they made her bi or gay or something in it, which that's seems to be what they like to do these days. So I'm okay with that. Uh, my personal opinion, I don't think Sophie Turner is that great of an actress. Hey, it's okay. It's your opinion. I don't think she's like top tier, but I liked her as the only I didn't watch her as the Phoenix, in the X-Men movie. So the only thing I can go off of is Sansa, and I liked her as Sansa. So we'll see. Yeah, Phoebe, you're right. Phoebe was it Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Her being in charge is what's the problem. You're right. What's up, Mo? Good afternoon. So you're Wiley, hello. You're right about that. But moving forward here with some Game of Thrones news. Is it Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Is that the next one that's coming out? Is anybody here hyped for that before I move forward? Just curious. Uh, Hold on before I share this. For me, it comes down to writing and tone, and I'm not sold on that because of who they have behind the camera. You're absolutely right. You're right. Because you can get a fantastic actor or actress that knows their stuff and they really, you know, give their all in roles, but if they're given a crappy script, there's not much they can do with it. So I'm not even like cautiously optimistic for the Tomb Raider show, but I will check it out. So Jose Night Saber, you're excited for the it's Night of the Seven Kingdoms? I don't know. So I've never read the Game of Thrones books. My introduction, as most people, was the Game of Thrones series, and then I liked the first season of House of Dragons was good. The second season, I just felt there was like too much filler episodes, but I didn't hate it at all. It definitely was not bad by any means, but that's why I'm not doing like I'd rather just take my time watching it. It's not like, "Oh, I need to watch it now," you know? Like, I last year was it last year? Yeah, for season 2 of House of the Dragon, I did a stream. It was a day after each episode aired. I was also traveling at that time, so man, was that, like, rough to keep up with all those, so I decided not to do it this year because I don't wanna say that I'm not interested in it. I'm sure it's gonna be good, but I'm gonna take my time with that series and not have to, like, hurry up and watch it. Don't want spoilers, this and that. Like, I'm not gonna cover it. But Capable Gentleman and King's Advisor, they're gonna be covering it every week over on King's channel, so if you're interested in that, check them out. Ian says, "The trailer for The Night of Seven Kingdoms looks awful, they keep showing it here." I I don't know if I watched the trailer, but see, that's the thing, I'm just not excited for it. It doesn't mean it's gonna be bad, it doesn't mean that I think it's crap, I'm just really not excited for it. And to be fair, when they announced House of Dragons, because of the way Game of Thrones ended, I was kinda like, "Meh." But still, it piqued my interest because like, dragons, that's the cool part, right? Like, I wanna see the dragons. And I did like House of Dragons, so maybe I'll be surprised with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but I'm not gonna even I don't think when the first episode drops, I'm like, "I gotta watch it now." I'll probably wait, like, a week or so because I'm just not, I'm not super excited for it, and that's okay. What's up, Cranberry? But with that being said, this it's like I'm kinda interested in it, but the way Hollywood writing goes, it makes me on the fence. Like 10 years ago, I would have been like, "Yes, like, give us all the prequels, dive deeper into these characters that we love," but I don't know. So HBO, this just was, like, not even, like, an hour ago, I guess, is when this announcement dropped. HBO is very early development of a Game of Thrones spin-off starring Arya Stark following the collapse of a previous sequel idea that would have featured Jon Snow. I'm kind of surprised that they're not going forward with a Jon Snow one. I would say maybe Kit Harington isn't interested in it, but if it was like a prequel, it probably would have been a different actor, like a younger Jon Snow. I'm a little bit surprised, maybe because they already kind of botched his character a bit, like with the ending, so they're like, maybe we just leave Jon Snow alone. I don't know. But here's the article on this. Um, HBO is in very early development of a Game of Thrones spinoff starring Arya Stark, calling the collapse, blah, blah. We just read that. So, The Hollywood Reporter broke word of the project today in a detailed profile of Thrones under George R. R. Martin, who declined to comment on the unannounced project in detail. Shocking that George R. R. Martin is not commenting on something because he's never going to finish the book. I think we've all just, collectively agreed, like, it's just not happening. I haven't read the book, like, I haven't read them yet. I don't know if I will. Maybe someday I'll get, like, the audio version of it. I don't know. But still, the report makes clear that this idea is being developed by HBO with a writer already on board. That is a name. Excuse me. Kwok Dang Tran. I'm sorry. That sounds like like a Southern person yelling at a trans person. Oh my gosh, who previously worked on Apple TV series Drops of God. No actors are cast, however, including Maisie Williams, who played Arya previously. Okay, so no actor cast, however, including her. So that's saying she's not even cast. If it's a prequel, I mean, it's probably not going to have her in it. Um, all right. So the report suggests the project is something of a replacement for the network's previous hope at mounting another Game of Thrones sequel series. This time, so it was, oh, no, okay. So it was starting as, sorry, I jumped ahead. This time starring Kit Harington's character, Jon Snow. Details of that show's on and off development have sporadically come to light over the years, though today's report includes some significant new details. Firstly, it's reported that Harrington personally pushed for a dark take on the series, which saw Snow living alone as a broken man with PTSD after discarding his sword Longclaw and chasing off his direwolf ghost. Okay, Snow would have spent time building cabins only to burn them down. That doesn't sound very interesting. Most surprisingly of all was Harrington's idea that he didn't want to play a hero and he wanted Jon Snow to ultimately die. Today's report states that it was HBO who ultimately balked on continuing the project, considering Harrington's take was too downbeat. Yeah, I don't think people would have liked that. I personally wouldn't have. So, let's just skip forward here. How far this project develops still remains to be seen, but with a Marvel style roadmap, oh, here we go, of upcoming seasons announced for House of Dragon and a new spin-off Knight of the Seven Kingdoms until 2028, it's clear HBO sees Game of Thrones as a major franchise for years to come. I'm not surprised. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want Jon Snow to die either. I mean, he already did, and then like they brought him back, whatever. I The earlier seasons are kinda, like, mushed in my head a bit because I watched them all. So, when I started Game of Thrones, it was I wanna say it was a few months, maybe 6 months tops before the final season was airing, because I had friends that just, like, would not stop bugging me about watching it. And, when you know how, like, how your the human brain works when someone says, "You need to watch this, you need to." Like, me personally, when someone says that, it makes me kinda not really interested. Even if I know it's a good show, like, I'll eventually probably get to it, but when you, like, just keep pushing, "You need to, you need to, you need to," it's like our human rebelliousness is just like, "I don't need to do anything, so I'll get to it when I get to it." So it's kinda like that, and then eventually, because I had my own interest in, "Okay, let's see what this is about. The series is ending, let me watch it." And I liked it. To be fair, it was hard to get through the first, like, season for me because just, like, all the, like, assaults, like, sexual assault and all that was happening to, like, Daenerys and stuff. I'm like, is that all this show is? Is just, like, this grittiness?" Like, which is a lot of that, but it was a good show. Um, but yeah, that's so I just binged is what I'm getting at. I binged it right before the final season, so everything was very fresh at the time, but that was, like, when was the finale? So it was that year, or, like, the months leading up to it that I watched the entire series, so it's like, I don't remember all of it. I know some people, they can go through these series and rewatch them multiple times. I'm not saying that Game of Thrones doesn't have rewatchability, but me personally, it's not one that I care to, like, rewatch again because there's just so much of it. Like, okay, an example, Sons of Anarchy. I love Sons of Anarchy, and I'll eventually give it another rewatch, but I haven't since it ended, and that was even before Game of Thrones. So, same thing with, like, Breaking Bad. Great series, but haven't given it a rewatch yet. Eventually, I will. Athletically Lazy, I only recommend something once. After that, I leave it up to the person whether they care enough to watch or not, and that's how you should be. That's actually very like a good way to be because I'll put stuff on my wish list on my watch list, and eventually like, oh, you know what? I have time. Let me get to it. But when you just like keep drilling people like you need to watch this, you're almost guaranteeing that they're not gonna watch it. Uh, so for me, I can rewatch 90s Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man cartoons, yeah. I have my comfort shows and that I like to rewatch and comfort movies. So sometimes, like, especially given that we get so much crap these days, there's a couple ones that peek through that are good, but there's so much crap these days that even if it's like an older show that someone's like bugging me to watch, I'm like, I'm just gonna put on Buffy. Like I just finished my upteenth, like I don't even know. I've rewatched Buffy many times, just finished it again, and I'll probably restart it again, um, in a few months. I'm finishing Angel right now, which that I've only watched Angel through twice. So this is my 3rd watch through of Angel, so it's nice. There's some things that you forget, and it's good to see it again. I could never watch Game of Thrones again just from knowing how bad the ending is. That too, and I guess, same thing with Sons of Anarchy. I thought it was kinda anticlimactic the way they ended that, like, with Jax and everything. It could have been better. It could have been way better. It wasn't as bad as Game of Thrones. I feel like that's, like, where you're gonna, like, rate things, right? Like, people saying that Stranger Things ending was as bad as Game of Thrones. Mm-mm. Could have been worse and should have been better. That's still my take on Stranger Things. Uh, Game of Thrones, like, it was just real bad. So it's definitely not, I'm currently rewatching Firefly. Awesome. That's actually probably next on my list when I finish Angel, because 'cause I've only watched Firefly through once. Um, so that's 100% due for another watch. It's such a good show. And, people were sad that it got canceled and they wanted more, but I'm kinda happy that it ended where it did and they wrapped things up with Serenity. It's better. They are so satisfying. You're right, Nancy. Um, yeah. If only once. Yeah, Eldritch. That's what I mean. Like I rewatched that's Firefly is something that I'll probably rewatch multiple times. But I'm excited for that rewatch. I think I've got one more season left of Angel, so after that I'll start Firefly. All right. Ruddy, thank you for the 5. Sophie Turner never progressed past the level of child actor. She lacks the charisma and body type for Lara. This casting is flat. No pun intended. Yeah. I mean, what else has she done besides the X-Men movie that nobody liked? That she was not a good Jean Grey. People did not like her. I didn't see it, so I can't comment on it myself. I just wasn't interested in it. Um, yeah, that's fair. We'll see. The thing is, even if she was a fantastic actor, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is gonna ruin it. So, all right. I didn't mean for this to turn into like a Game of Thrones thing, but I guess all this news is coming out because Night of the Seven Kingdoms is starting. Kit Harington says he was genuinely angered by the viral 2019 petition for Game of Thrones season 8 to be remade with competent writers. Like, how dare you? Sorry, that's just how I feel. I think it was a level of idiocy only that can only come about through social media. Listen, things came out. I know he wasn't happy with the ending, right? Like, I remember seeing stuff that he was not happy with the ending either. And this feels like he's just trying to kind of cope with it. Like, you know what? It was what it was. Just deal with it. I don't know. He kind of comes off as an angry person. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. No one cares, kid. He, not just from this, but he just seems, I don't know. Uh, maybe he is, I really can't stand yeah, I think he was overhyped. You guys know how I feel. I like Richard Madden more. He was the superior Stark, okay? He was, and I don't care. When they killed him, oh my gosh, was I sad. He was my favorite character in the show. His face makes me depressed. Did he not read the scripts? Yeah. He just seems kind of like an unhappy person, you know? He hasn't done much, yeah, I was just gonna say that. He's an alcoholic, but, like, not the fun kind like Ian. I'm kidding, Ian. But I mean, like, he seems, like, angry, you know what I mean? Like he's an alcoholic that gets drunk and is just, like, not nice. I don't know, but the yeah, typical Hollywood people, it's our fault for not liking it. Like, we're gonna voice our opinions. If it was great, people would have voiced their opinions on it. And here's another one. I Amelia Clark has definitely done a lot more than Kit Harington. Arguably, she's probably done the most. She's been in, like I didn't watch whatever I don't even remember what Marvel's thing she was a part of. She did the Last Christmas movie, which I actually kinda liked. What else did she do? She did, she's done other things. This is where I'm getting at. I can't name it right now, but she's definitely done more than Kit. So, Game of Thrones star Amelia Clark says she's done with fantasy. "You're highly unlikely to see me get on a dragon or even in the same frame as a dragon ever again." I feel like that's kinda silly of her to oh, yeah, Terminator. Thank you. I can understand after everything that happened, right? But I think, that's kind of she shouldn't just rule it out, right? Like, I get it. You don't wanna come back as a Targaryen again if they did, like, some kind of prequel or whatever. Fair enough. You had your 8 seasons, and it was probably exhausting. I know she had, like, it wasn't like a it was a brain, not hemorrhage. What was it? Didn't it happen twice too while she was filming? Like, she almost died. So, it's fair that she doesn't wanna get back into that, like, heavy of the work, right? But I think it's to, like, rule out fantasy completely, I don't know. Think of people like, Orlando Bloom. I We talked about this last night on Bar and Virtue. I didn't know this, that Orlando Bloom almost didn't take the role as, Will in Pirates of the Caribbean, and that's one of his most iconic roles. I would say Lord of the Rings and the Pirates movies, I know he's done a lot more besides that, but those are his 2 most iconic roles. I'm just gonna say, like, and that's both fantasy, right? So, I think, I know Lord of the Rings is way more fantasy because the Pirates movies, that could be more that could happen, right? Besides the whole, like, curse and stuff, but, like, being a pirate, that's more realistic. You can't be an elf in real life. Um, but I don't know. She says this, but she may come back to it someday, you never know. Ian says, "Me and Kit are on opposite ends of the alcoholic fun spectrum." Absolutely. Agreed. Ian gets extremely silly in the chats when we know he's had a couple Prosecco's. Alright, what do we have here? Oh, this was interesting. I have a couple, like yeah, never say never, that's what I mean. Uh, we have a couple, like, quick hit topics to go over today. This one I thought was interesting. Now, something about Ethan Hawke that I thought was crazy, but it makes sense, like, Gen Z apparently doesn't really, like, know who he is, so he's been approached while he was with his daughter, Maya, and I forgot, like, I had the thing up. He said, like, "Oh, like, I'm not taking pictures or anything right now," or something like that, and, like, "We don't know who you are. We're here to see Robin." So it's probably Gen Z, and that's crazy because Ethan Hawke was so big in the '90s, early 2000s, um but he's actually still going strong now with the Black Phone movies. I liked those actually, the Black Phone and then Black Phone 2, they're pretty good. Half Deaf Hero, thank you for the 5. Happy late birthday. Here's a little for your next coffee. Cheers. Thank you so much. Hey, you know what? I got some coffee right here. I've got my what is this called again? I got it for Christmas. It's a Jovio, and this works even better than Yetis. Believe it or not, it works better. What's up, kings? What are you talking about? Hertz, Prosecco is the manliest of drinks. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't you dare bring Prosecco into your manly beef with Ian. So Ethan Hawke says it's crazy to cast actors based on Instagram followers. I can agree with that. I understand why studios do it, but some of the best actors don't even have social media, or they don't even run it, or they're not even really on it, right? So he says sometimes I'll be setting a movie up and someone will say, "Oh, you should cast Susie." I'm like, "Who is she?" She has 10 million followers. I'm like, "Okay, cool. Has she acted before?" I agree with him 100% on that because they do that. My phone did the okay thing when I said that. Stop it, Google. Stop listening to me. Um, no, and they say no, but and you're like, wow, so this is going to help me get a movie made. This is crazy. So if I don't have this public facing platform, I don't have a career. And if I get more followers, I might get that part. What? It's really insane because the thing is, especially when you look at like influencers and stuff, here's a quick tip for people that might not know this. If somebody has like, I'll go with a lower number, like 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, like, 'cause he's went with millions. That's a lot. I'm not even at 10. So to me, 10 and 20, that's a lot. If they have that amount of followers on any platform, the way to tell that they usually paid. Like if they paid for bots and it's all like just fake accounts following them, take a look at their feed. If they don't even get like listen, if they're at 10 or 20K, they got to get at least 100 likes on a post. So if they're like barely hitting the double digits for likes, they're paying for followers. And listen, any up and comer influencers or YouTubers here, I know I'm not the biggest content creator. Don't do that because it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you in the long run. We're getting so just oversaturated with fakeness. You guys know how I feel about AI. It's a good tool to use for certain things, but these AI videos and then just like paying bot followers, I'm not for that. I want organic when it like my followers and stuff. I don't want to pay for it. Don't do that. It's unnecessary and it doesn't make you look better because if you look at someone's page, like I said, and they've got 10K followers and they've got like 10 likes on their posts, that's kind of embarrassing. And I'm sorry to be so blunt about it, but it's true. Anyways, so moving forward, I still thought Ian's name, Ethan Hawke says so many young actors think they're being an actor is protein shakes and going to the gym. Go to the gym if you want to, but that doesn't make you an actor. Robert De Niro is not great because he has a six pack. If the part calls for it, he'll do it. And that's awesome, but he's so much more than that. I absolutely agree with him on that. I Because you've seen an example is I can't remember her name right now. Maybe someone will know because I'm really, really bad at like knowing influencers and stuff because I only follow people that I'm actually interested in. So it's hard for me to keep up with like who's popular and who's not. Some of my co-hosts help me with that, like X-Ray Girl, Disparu, Vara. They help me when I don't know who certain people are because I don't keep up with it enough. But I can't remember her name. She was in. I'll look it up. I guess I cannot be lazy. I think it's called He's All That, which was like a sequel to She's All That. Let me see. Sequel. Okay. What was it called? He's All That. Yeah, okay. He's All That. Cast. I watched it because I liked Addison Rae. That's who her name is. She was also in the Ed Gein show, which don't get me started on that again. But Addison Rae can't act at all. If you guys want to see what she looks like, here, I'll pull her up. Give me a second. Am I still sharing this? Oh, I am. Hold on. She cannot act, but she's got a follower. She's got a following, so she gets cast and stuff. I don't think she can act at all. But again, let's see. Let's look at her Instagram, shall we? Addison Rae Instagram. Yep, she's got 34 million followers. So she gets cast in movies and shows for some reason. Right here. This is her. You guys have probably seen her on some stuff, maybe, possibly. I don't know. She's pretty. I'm not like hating on her or anything. I just don't think she can act. She can be an influencer. Cool. Good for her. But acting, no. So I 1000% agree with Ethan Hawke on that. So yeah, never heard of her. It's becoming like social media. I'm gonna start doing this thing. So, this is somebody that I follow that did this, which I think is funny. That an influencer's helping me with it, but she's actually very talented. She's a filmmaker. Her name is Jessica. What is it again? She's doing a Marilyn Monroe film that's gonna take a while to get out, but I like Jessica Ville, I think is her name. I don't know if that's her real name, but that's like her online name. Yeah, Jessica Ville. I've followed tutorials for her for like cosplays and stuff. Like she's actually very talented, very, very talented. So she deserves hype. She's actually not she doesn't have anywhere near as many followers as some of those. She's got 670K followers, which is great, but she should be the one that's at like 34. But she's doing this thing. It's like a month-long test because we spend so much time on our phones. I do content creating, so I use it a lot for that, but I am so guilty of, like, doom scrolling and everything. We all are. Like, our generation, I would say Gen X, it stopped with boomers, but I'll say, like, maybe, like, the younger Gen X up to, like, Z, Alpha, whatever. We wake up, and instead of looking at, like, a newspaper, like our parents and grandparents did, we doom scroll. We're all guilty of it. "Alright, let's get on X. Let's get on Instagram," and we all do it, and there's no, like, shame in it, but I'm trying to stop myself from doing it, so this is what she's doing. I would do it, but I'm not gonna pay for another phone. She bought a flip phone, and she's doing, like she said, what our parents did back in, like, the '90s, where they had a work phone, not my mom, but some parents, I guess, a work phone and then a personal phone. So she's making the flip phone like her personal phone, and her iPhone is gonna be her work phone, and she's only giving herself 3 hours a day on the iPhone, and then it's going off, and then she's using her flip phone. I think it's a genius idea because she wants to see how her brain starts working. If it's like, she gets less of like the brain fog and, she's, that happens to all of us. Sleeping better, all of that, to see like what happens to her doing that for a month. And I'm not gonna buy a flip phone. I don't want to pay for another number either and have to like give out a whole nother number to my friends and family. So what I'm gonna do is I have focus mode. I think all of our phones have it. I use it already, but I changed it now to where after unless like I'm on my PC doing work, but like for my phone, 7 PM. So like honestly, like when I'm eating dinner, I'm not gonna be on my phone either. But 7 PM to like I think I set it to 8 or 9 AM, no social media on my phone. And I bet you I'm gonna be more productive. I will let you guys know what happens with that. I think everyone should give it a try. It's good for your brain. It doesn't have to be like that amount of time, but I right now I have it to where it goes on at like 11 PM and then it goes off at like 8, but I'm like, "You know what? How about not just when I'm trying to sleep? How about I just have that on?" Because like, I could turn it off if I need to, right? If I'm having, like, a conversation with somebody on DMs and I need it it's not like I can't use my phone, but I'm gonna do my best to give that a shot and see what happens. I'll let you guys know. Elmo has 689K Twitter followers. Um, let's see. That's 34 more million more than me. Um, let's see. Let's see if I missed anything here. Hello, everyone that just came in. I'm in the middle of a rant. Not really a rant, but just I don't know. I feel like and for me to be good too, because there's more content ideas that I have, but I need to like clear my brain, keep myself more productive so that I can get it done. Like get scripts done, record videos. Like I have ideas like that because I pay for an editing service and I never like I hardly ever use it. I edit for other people. Um which is funny. But yeah. No late night DMs. Nope. I'm so sorry. Why put me on blast hurts? What's up, Donna? Have a good orientation. Oh, look at her profile picture. Pirate Donna. I have the X app, but hardly really get on it anymore because it mostly get feed that makes me mad, and I have family on Facebook. I don't have Facebook. I got rid of Facebook years ago, and oh my gosh, I'll never go back. As far as like the doom scrolling, um, I do that more on Instagram because it's like the funny reels and stuff like that. Like when I go on X, it's mostly to like for research, for podcasts and streams, or because I have like group saucy group chat and everything. But if anything, like everybody, like all of my friends have my number. So like if they're trying to talk to me in like a group DM and I'm not answering, they can just text me like, "Hey, check your DMs." You know what I mean? So Yeah, so I'll let you guys know. Night Seer says, "Wicked, you all in our community are online too often to stay away. Blame. Sorry, sorry. Hey, as long as you're enjoying the content. I'm just saying, me personally, like, I want to get to do more. Like, I'm more content. I'm not going to say what I'm working on now, but I'm actually working on a script to do, like kind of like a video essay. I've done them before. When we're talking about it, they're not the best, but it was just something I wanted to do, so I put it on there. I still have them up. I'll show them real quick just for fun, but there's one that I'm, like, very interested in that I'm working on right now, and I don't wanna tell you guys yet because I wanna get it done first. But let me see, the last video essay I've done kinda I wanna say I've yeah, 2. I wouldn't say the hook one was a video essay, um, but here. So I did Manic Pixie Dream Girl versus Mary Sue. That one was a lot of fun. I got 1K views on that one. That's cool. And then Facts That You Didn't Know About the Film Hook. That one was so fun to make, and I actually had to re-upload it because the settings on my video editor, they uploaded it bad quality, and I did it like it was really late at night, and I was so tired, and I like edited it, uploaded it, and didn't realize that that it was not high quality, so I had to delete it and re-upload it, and I was so mad because I worked really hard on this video. So, I wanna do more videos like that, and I do actually enjoy editing. I know it might sound silly, but I do it for other people, and sometimes I've actually had to cut back on that because I don't really have time, but I wanna do it for myself. Um, I know More Wicked Manja, that's more so turning into a vlog channel, and I have a nice new camera that I was gifted for Christmas. I think it was Christmas. Mix up Christmas and birthdays, and you guys are so generous and send me wonderful things. It's a very nice camera. I've been messing with it. So I need to get, like, to the parks and, to, um, just get into more vlogs because Wicked Manja originally was gonna be, like, a food channel, which it still is, but the thing for me is, like, I'm busy. I do work all day. I do a lot of other things besides social media, and it's just life gets very busy. So, the way I like to unwind is I love to cook. So, having to set up like set up to record a proper food video, it gets like I really just want to blast my music and like unwind and not do content with that. So, there'll probably be some cooking videos that come up there sometimes, but it's mostly going to be vlogs because I actually enjoy that a lot. I did the Epic Universe. Here, let me switch over to my, vlog channel here. Like, when I went to Epic Universe and recorded, like, I spent hours recording and editing, and I had such a good time doing that. Um, and then I'm like, "You know what? I think I found my thing here, like, what I wanna do." And I've gone live on that channel, but I think what to try and get like, I'm so far from getting monetized over there. Um, but I may just stick to doing videos over there, which is gonna take a lot longer to get monetized, but, that's okay. But I had so much fun with this, like, look at that, like, I didn't even realize I got 1.9K views on the Isle of Brick so I did each world at Epic Universe, weirdly, the Ministry of Magic one did not do well, but that's okay, that was that was my least favorite one, and maybe it showed in the video. I went through it really fast because 'cause I'm not really a Harry Potter person, um, but yeah, this is my vlog channel. I go to restaurants, I should get back to maybe reviewing, like, hotels. I did the Celanova, that was new for Epic Universe, but I don't stay at hotels that much anymore because I was, like, 2.5 hours away from Orlando before, so I would come and stay at hotels because I don't wanna do that drive. Now I'm about an hour away, but, I don't know, maybe. I did wanna stay at, one of the nicer ones for my birthday, but I'm like, I don't really it's fine." Like, some of them are really expensive, so, we'll see. Maybe I'll find, like, an off night, and just go, like, review one of these cool ones that they have, like, the Universal ones are great. I've never stayed at a Disney one, according to some people, they're really cool, but I've never stayed at a Disney hotel. Universal's a little bit cheaper, and I tend to lean more towards going to Universal, like, theme park-wise, so those are the hotels I stay at, but yeah, anyways, we've got Epic Universe, I've got this one was one of my favorites here. It was a walkthrough of Universal and Islands of Adventure at night, it's so pretty at night, it's so pretty. Day at Epcot, the St. Augustine Pirate Museum. You guys have probably seen that because I originally uploaded it on my main channel, but then I made that I think I might have made it members only, but re-uploaded it here. I went there with X-Ray. There's some fun stuff on here. I really gotta get back to it. I have a lot of shorts on here, which do okay. The one from 68K views on the Hogan's Beach Shop in Orlando. That one just, yeah, that was, I didn't expect that to pop off, but that just shows how much love there still is for Hogan, and I like that. There was a couple retards in the comments like, "He's the this and that," and like, "Yeah, I go away. I don't have time for that." But yeah, sorry, we went off there. Um, um, Cooking can be a good stress reliever to the right person. I enjoy cooking in general, but loathe baking, just not for me. I like both. I love doing both. It's I just like to, you know, unplug and just, you know, cook. So that's why it's like, I'll have some cooking videos up there, sure. And there's also quite a few recipes that I can't share because my mom will disown me. So I can't share all the recipes that I've got. I just can't. um, Tatiana Maslany has been released from her role as She-Hulk. Thoughts? I don't really care. I didn't watch She-Hulk. Um, I'm sure Disparu is upset about it. Um, I didn't watch She-Hulk, and I thought that she was already done with the role because I know she came out, like, kind of against Disney at some point, I think. I don't know. Um, but yes, stay tuned. I'll be getting some more stuff on Wicked Manja. Um, don't worry. What other news do we have? I barely got to, like, any news a little bit. Let's see. Did you see I'm sure you guys did see it. We talked about it yesterday. What do we have here? Let's do something cute. To all the puppy lovers here, this is freaking adorable. So, I don't know if it'll say where here. Stranger Dogs. A shelter turns puppies into Stranger Things characters to help them get adopted. How cute is this? This is adorable. Um, Vecna, they put a little stop their faces. I love puppies. 11. Mike, the little jacket. Robin, oh, the Scoops Ahoy outfit is adorable. Max, Lucas, the bandana. Stop. Oh my gosh, it's pouring outside right now. This would be adorable to watch. I wish they would have put videos up. Um, Nancy, which that's when Nancy was cute when she wore like, feminine outfits and didn't get all like, um, I don't know, feminist. And then Dustin with the little hat and the little walkie-talkie. They didn't give us Steve. Disappointing, but I guess, they just focused on, like, the kids. Will doesn't like girl dogs. Yeah, so I've been told. Um, okay, speaking of Epic Universe, I don't know, I think Kings is live now. I wanna listen to this too with you guys. I didn't hear about this. This is nuts. Actually just heard about this, I mean, like, I didn't know that when this went down, I have no idea. So, Epic Universe, is in some legal drama right now, because of well, let me show you guys. Let me pause it. That's the one thing I hate about showing things on, like, Instagram. Hold on, let me open this properly. I hate that Instagram shows the background. It was Roto that sent it to me. But it shows, like, all your DMs, and that's nobody's business. Uh, okay, here we go. Here's some legal drama that Epic Universe is getting into, and I don't think Kings is on Instagram, so I'd have to, like, find a way to send this to him another way, but I think he should cover this, it's interesting. So, just listen to what she says.
It started as a misunderstanding over a $16 Mario Brothers keychain at Epic Universe. Now has Morgan and Morgan involved and could end up costing the theme park thousands. So just after Christmas, Nikki Dow from Jacksonville was inside a gift shop at Epic Universe when her special needs daughter was about to have a meltdown. As she was taking her out of the store to calm her down, the little girl grabbed a $16 Mario keychain and wouldn't let it go. So the dad ripped the barcode off the keychain. That's what he could get his hands on. And he stood in line to go pay for it while the mom took the little girl outside. A security officer then accused the mom of shoplifting. And instead of listening to her explanation and just verifying that he was paying for the keychain inside, they took her into a private security office for a 30-minute interrogation.
What?
And they called the Orange County sheriff. She was then booted from the park
Oh
and
my
given a 1-year trespass ban. 3 days
Wow.
later, she says she received a letter in the mail from Universal saying she's facing a civil claim against her,
Jeez.
threatening criminal action for retail theft, and demanding she send $200 to a law firm in New York.
What?
Turns out she works as a paralegal for Morgan & Morgan.
I like the last person you want to do that to.
Disney.
And her
Universal.
boss, who is now her lawyer, sent his own demand letter to Universal requesting that the trespass ban be revoked and asking the park to make a sizable donation to a charity that helps people with autism, and requesting that they cover her legal bill that is starting to pile up because of all this.
I'm sure.
He also said that, if they pay him, he will donate that money to charity. He said Universal's attorney responded and agreed that the way she was treated was unfair, and they're supposed to talk this week to work things out.
There will be a settlement.
And then Universal
Definitely.
did not comment to Florida politics on the story.
I don't understand.
Yeah, so it's kind of wild. That's like doing way too much, especially because all she had to say, I'm sure she said it, like, my husband is in there paying for the keychain, and you can clearly probably see that the daughter was special needs if she was acting that way. But to just like act that way, so, like, just he's paying for it, right? So it's not like they were actually stealing it. That's crazy to me. They did way too much, and it's funny. Yeah, athletically lazy is right. Like you would think that it was Disney because of the way that they're acting, like just so extra about it. I'm sure it's going to be settled. I should have sent this to Kings, but like I said, he's not on Instagram, and this is where I seen it. Shout out Roto Commish. He actually sent this to me, and I was like, what? But yeah, serves them right. Yes, that's quite the keychain. Yeah, $16 keychain. They're getting such a headache over it. People are going to forget about it. It's going to get swept under the rug. But what a bad way to you just leave that. Maybe that was their first time going to Epic Universe. I don't know, but yeah. That's what I'm saying. He was in line to pay for it. It's not like they were just like, oh, sorry, like she won't let it go. He's like, all right, that's the smart thing to do. She won't let go of it. Who knows? It could have they said special needs, and it could have also been a younger child too. So you mix both of those together, and that's like meltdown. They did the right thing instead of letting the kids stay there inside the store and just like completely freak out. It's like, let's remove her from the store, and taking the barcode. That's actually very smart. I just can't believe, like, it's probably, I bet you the security guard or however many security handled this probably are going to get laid off or something, because that's not a good way to handle it. Like, they probably were like on a trip, like, no, you're going to come here. And like, 'cause I've seen that. Side story here. I remember being out with friends, like going to like bars and stuff. And this, I don't remember the full context of this, but me and a couple of my friends are walking, and this girl gets like tossed out of the club. Like, we actually got hit. I had a bruise from it, and like she was thrown hard, and she wasn't like freaking out. Like we got mad. I had like I was with guys and girls, and the bouncer was just like, it was this big dude, and just like tossed her out, and she was like all cut up and bruised from it. And of course, like being a girl, like it was me and like two girls and like one of our guy friends or whatever. Like we help her up, and we're like, "Are you okay?" And she wasn't like screaming, freaking out. She's like, "I'm just looking for my brother," and she was just like, she wasn't even like drunk. And I'm like, what is going on here? So some of these security guards and police people like in these parks and that I guess just say security guard. They're probably not police. They get on like a power trip. So they're like, yeah, you think you're going to jail? You're gonna steal a keychain. You go in jail. I could see that. But anyways, let's yeah, Duck Leon is judging. Wait, he sure is. But just a side note, they get like power trips. And it's like, you're a security guard, calm down. Anyways, this I wanted to pull up because I like this. It's people are saying Hollywood's anti-kid agenda is collapsing, and I agree. Hopefully. Let's see. I want to see this. I love this. I like Haley Steinfeld. She's married to Josh Allen. You guys know I love Josh Allen. And this I thought was a little bit interesting. So watch this. Pregnant actress Haley Steinfeld humanizes her unborn child, which you should do. Highlighting her baby bump on the Golden Globe red carpet. Pregnant actress Michelle Williams clutches her Golden Globe in 2020, claiming that abortion led to her success. Hollywood's anti-kid agenda is collapsing. We'll just watch a little bit of this. I don't care to watch this whole thing, but this is a speech, I guess, that Michelle Williams gave.
For the acknowledgement of the choices I've made, and I'm also grateful to have lived at a moment in our society where choice exists, because as women and as girls, things can happen to our bodies that are not our choice. I've tried my very best to live a life of my own making, and not just a series of events that happened to me, but one that I could stand back and look at and recognize my handwriting all over, sometimes messy and scrawling, sometimes careful and precise, but one that I had carved with my own hand. And I wouldn't have been able to do this without employing a woman's right to choose.
So stupid. Applauding her, like, what an idiot. But this, I approve of this message. Humanizing a human, right? Yeah, Heath Ledger chose poorly, for sure. Yeah. But you know what? It can infuriate you, but then you see this. I want to see more of this. Humanizing humans, because people like I'm not going to get into this whole thing. That's like very political, but you guys know my stance on things like that. Michelle Williams is obviously retarded. And that's it. Heath Ledger definitely did choose poorly. Yeah. Yeah, Mike, that's probably more so it. Like, gosh, Hollywood, man. I hope the tides are turning. That's what I want. I want more of, healthy looking celebrities, promoting family dynamic. I know, good on Haley. I can't wait to I don't know if they're gonna show their little baby, but I can't wait. I hope they have a huge family, and I wish them nothing but happiness. They are an adorable couple. Haley and Josh, love it. All right, what do we have here? I'm kind of burnt out. I had something to talk about, like some Stranger Things news, but you know what? I'm burnt out on it, so we can just skip it. You're welcome, Ian. This was funny. I showed this yesterday on Var and Virtue, but I thought it was hilarious. The black bald lady was literally stealing her life force. So people are saying that Ariana still looks skinny, but she was always skinny. She doesn't look unhealthy here. So that's something that's good. Like her stans will say, right? They get so mad. People like us that were commenting on how she looked, but it's more so being concerned. She looked so just like she was like fading away in front of us. That's what she looked like before, and it made like no sense that people are just like, no, stop commenting on how she looks. No, you should be concerned if you're actually a fan of hers. You should be worried about her health. But yeah, she's looking a little bit better. Maybe, it was the stress from recording, filming the Wicked 1 and 2. She looks a little bit better, but she was always tiny. That's why it was kind of odd to see her get even smaller. And her color was fading. You're right. Yeah, her color was fading. She was like very pale and skeleton looking. So maybe we're gonna start seeing her. People made the joke that like she had a burger and now she looks better. I think she's like vegan or vegetarian or something. So probably not, but she could use one. It's good for you. Hurts, yeah. But that's the thing, like the way that the internet is, it's so weird. This whole body positivity movement that's going on. It's like they're going back and forth. She must have put dressing on her salad. Yeah, probably Ian. Yeah, she looked anorexic. You're right. That was the problem, right? But we went from like, let's say like the 90s and early 2000s where like being just like extremely thin was the way to go. And then it went from that to just accept your body. You can be overweight, whatever. It's I don't know. They're back and forth, and now they're promoting that like GLP-1 drug to lose weight. I'm not. No, do it the right way. Okay, you can do fasting, intermittent fasting. Watch what you eat. Exercise. Don't take a pill. That's not healthy. I don't care what anyone says. Don't do that. Some people may need it for certain reasons, right? Like chemical imbalance, or what the heck did Oprah say? Jay shared it on the stream yesterday. The obesity gene or something like that, which is so stupid. Um, yeah. Yeah, Josh Allen plays for the Bills. I like him just of course I was exposed to him because he was on the Bills, but I'll like him even if he leaves the Bills. I'm obviously still gonna be a Bills girl, but I just like Josh Allen as a person. I think he's great and he's a good quarterback. Um, all right. Moving forward. Did you see this is just silly. I'm gonna pop it up for a second. I don't know that I'm gonna what's up, Boss Hog? I don't know that I'm actually gonna get it, the Big Mac jeans. So The Office is reportedly coming to Fortnite. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna get it. I don't play Fortnite enough. Like I'll grab things once in a while, like if it's a cool drop because I play with Jay and Mo sometimes, but uh Stoic says the body positivity movement was for fat women. Fat men receive no encouragement or praise. Only, yeah, you're right. I don't. I think just being overweight or underweight, it's not good. I'll comment on both. It's just not healthy. That is a weird choice for a crossover. Never would have guessed The Office. Yeah, me neither. I had that gene that made me eat the entire pizza last night. Faithful geek. Oh my gosh, you have the pizza gene. If that's a thing, then I have it too. But I think I'm not surprised by anything being Fortnite now. I find it a little bit odd considering that Fortnite is aimed more at kids. I know a lot of adults play it, but let's be real, it is a kids game. I'm not coming at my friends that play it. I play it with them sometimes too. But it's aimed at kids, so when they throw like horror into it, like they did 28 Days Later is coming, I guess. It's kind of weird. I guess I get like Michael Myers and stuff because that's like, kids can handle that. Not kids, but we'll say like preteens, whatever, can handle that. Um, but I find like the really gory horror stuff being added a little odd. But hey, it makes some money, so whatever. High Tides says I have the seafood gene. I seafood then eat it. Nice dad joke. Um, but yeah, nothing really surprises me anymore of what's coming to Fortnite. You guys know how I feel personally. I think like it's not that I dislike kid looking like horror stuff if it's created that way, but like when you take something like Freddy Krueger and turn it into a cute little like plushie, that's lame. I don't need like I don't need that. I think it's just weird, in my opinion. What else do we have here? So Markiplier, if you guys have been following this, I'm a fan of Markiplier. He, when I first started YouTube, there's still so many like big YouTubers that I don't know who they are. I've never watched a Mr. Beast video. I don't know. I liked Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye. Those were the YouTubers I originally started watching when I first got into YouTube. So I'm definitely gonna be going to see this. The only problem is not that it's a problem, but it's so hard to watch Markiplier in like a serious role because I just see Markiplier. I see him playing like Five Nights at Freddy's and being silly, and that's okay. Like I'm not saying that he can't act. It's not that he's great or anything. He had that show, the sleep show. I can't remember what it's called. I watched it. It was fine. But again, it's so hard to not see goofy Markiplier when I watch this stuff. I hope this movie does fantastic. I'm all for supporting these independent creators. I know Markiplier's rich and everything, but I mean watching creators like him as opposed to like Hollywood stuff, So Markiplier's Iron Lung movie is reportedly estimated to make 9 to 10 million on its opening weekend. It is so Iron Lung was a game. I never played it. Here, let me look it up. Iron Lung game. Iron Lung is a 2022 submarine simulation horror game developed and published by David, can't say his last name. Players control an unnamed convict navigating a claustrophobic one-room submarine nicknamed the Iron Lung. Through an ocean of blood on a desolate moon, the game is set in a universe where the quiet rapture caused all stars and habitable planets to vanish, leaving only survivors on space stations. The player's mission is to investigate anomalous locations using a primitive external camera and an incomplete map and proximity sensors, all while avoiding a lurking creature that attacks upon being photographed. So, yeah, it's a horror game. But yeah, Markiplier's great. He's one of the people that made Five Nights at Freddy's as popular as it is. It was him, PewDiePie. I'm sure Jacksepticeye played it too, but there's even a series that he did where his mom played Five Nights at Freddy's and it's adorable. But yeah, I hope it does well. I want success for Mark. I like Markiplier. He's pretty chill. All right, what else do we have here? We're just gonna skip through the Stranger Things stuff because I didn't watch the documentary. I was gonna cover this. I'll just bring it up real quick. That fans are accusing the Duffer Brothers of using AI to write Stranger Things final season after spotting a ChatGPT tab open in the behind the scenes documentary. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. We may have even gotten a better finale because ChatGPT probably would have thrown in things that people on the internet were saying, right? Not saying that use that to write stuff. Don't. A lot of people use ChatGPT as like a tool. So I don't think, and I absolutely think if they would have done that, they would have made sure it was edited out of the documentary because the person even came out and said like they were just using it as research, that's the first thing I would have thought seeing it. I would have been like, oh no, they used it to write the entire season because I'm pretty sure like most of the documentary was filming, not the writing process. I don't know because I didn't watch it. I'll probably eventually get around to it, but I'm experiencing a bit of Stranger Things fatigue at the moment, so I'll get to it at some point. And I really, really highly doubt that they used ChatGPT to write the final season. Like I said, it might have been a little bit better. We probably would have got the Demogorgons and the stuff like in the final battle because I feel like I said, it's an AI that takes everything like from the internet, all the talk about it, and probably would have thrown some things in there that they missed. Just saying. All right, what else do we have here? Yeah, we'll get rid of that. I don't want to talk about the Golden Globes. Here's something fun. Let's put something fun on here. I like Jackie Chan. Watch it for Ian. Of course, Hurts. This is cool. I don't know when this was, but Jackie Chan managed to break 12 concrete blocks while holding a raw egg. I'm going to mute that. It's music. Oh, it was 2009. So in 2009, Jackie Chan stunned audiences on the German television show Wetten das by breaking 12 concrete blocks while holding a raw egg without cracking it. The moment instantly went viral because it looked impossible. While smashing through solid concrete, the egg in his hand remained completely intact, highlighting just how precise his control really was. That's cool. Yeah, Jackie Chan is a legend. I hope he stays safe in Rush Hour 4. My goodness, like because I know he's going to be way too stubborn to really let people do his stunts. And he's also probably going to be too stubborn to allow it to be CGI, which I would rather him have a stunt double. He's what is he, 71 now? So I think he's gonna do some stuff, but obviously not as hardcore as he used to. I would hope. It's not a boiled egg, it's a raw egg. Um, but yeah, super cool. We don't get a lot of this anymore. I miss Jackie Chan is so dope. Yeah, he's awesome. Um, Builders hate Jackie Chan. Yeah, he's funny. I remember seeing the first Rush Hour and just loving it. It was so good. Uh, that's because Jackie Chan, not Jackie Chan, not. That's a good one. All right. I actually got through basically everything I wanted to talk about today. I know Wicked's World's been a bit shorter these days, just like an hour, but it's because I have two other pop culture centered podcasts that I do now, like Saucy and my show with Vara. It's like I'm not gonna keep covering the same thing on my channel. You know what I mean? Like stuff that I cover with Vara, I'm not gonna do the next day. And we just talked about it, So I try to find little things to just, so that we can just kind of hang out and chat. I may get on a game later. But tomorrow I'm not sure. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, I tried to do something different, but it's, this is what works. So I guess this is what we got for Wicked's World. But tomorrow, Jay and I might be doing the Lego build for the Black Pearl. Listen, I know he wants to get it all done in one stream, but there's no way. Look at this thing. If he wants to get it done in one stream, he may continue without me, but I have a feeling that he's gonna be like, oh wait, like we're gonna be like 3 hours in, like, look how big this is. It's enormous. Oh, sorry, I almost dropped it. But yeah, so we may be doing it tomorrow. He's waiting for his camera, like the camera that'll record him like actually putting the puzzle together to come in. So if not, we'll be doing that next week. It's part of the Daughter's Revenge promotion, which before I go, I know you guys have been putting it, but if you guys haven't checked it out, I'm gonna annoy the crap out of you guys with this because I'm so proud of my boys and their book and I can't wait to read it. And my face is in it. So like I'm famous. And speaking of the crew, Kings is playing Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. So I'm gonna send you over there. Say hi, and maybe I'll be on later. I know I had to finish Resident Evil Revelations 2. Vara's right. I am taking forever to get through it because I just don't really enjoy this game as much as the other Resident Evils, I'll be honest. But you know what? Go say hi to Kings, and I will either see you guys later or tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.